myself. Okay. Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adoornments Decor. How are you today? Are you guys getting ready for Thanksgiving? So Thanksgiving starts tomorrow here in our house. We're going to have my mother-in-law and her husband over, and then my sister-in-law and her kids. My nieces will be coming, so I'm excited to have a few people over. We're not having a big Thanksgiving like we normally do, but it'll just be a small group of us. But I thought today that I would paint this really cute little Christmas camper with you guys. It is one of my older designs, and I'm not painting it exactly as I had designed it, like on the template, because this one actually doesn't have any etching on it. And so I drew the design out using chalk. And so I thought I would simplify it just a little bit. So normally I have like a line going in the background, just like separate the colors. So you can totally do that, but we're going to try to keep it a little bit more simple today. Tabitha says she's working Thursday and Friday. That's no fun. Thank you, Crystal. You're so sweet. And thank you, Sandra, for sprinkling the love. I appreciate that. Hey, PC sisters. How are you? She wants to. This is Shan, my assistant. She wants to take a picture of the design real quick. She's creating TikTok videos and stuff while we paint. So
we just forgot to do that.
We forgot to take a picture of it before I painted it, so that way everybody can see. But anyways, I drew this out with chalk beforehand. If you're not comfortable drawing things out by hand, we shut the door. My Charlie's playing with a little friend, so she's being loud. If you're not comfortable drawing things out by hand, you can use our printable templates. They have all the lines drawn on them for you. And then you would just have to use graphite paper to transfer the design to the wood. And so you could cut it out yourself using a jigsaw or something like that. And if you're not sure like what kind of wood to get or what kind of jigsaw to get, we actually have an ebook that has all of that information in it, and it's 100% free. You can just go to doorhangerebook.com, or if you're watching from Facebook, you can say the word link. It'll send the message to your Facebook Messenger with all the links that I mentioned today. And then, of course, if you're watching from YouTube or some other place, the links are always in the video description. But all the paints that I'm using are Decor Americana matte acrylics. This one is called Primary Red. It covers really beautifully. You can get these at like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or you can order directly from Decor themselves. And I believe we have a link to order from them too, but I don't know that we have that linked in our links today. I need to get that hooked up for you guys. Yes, so you can just say the word link and it'll send you a link to your messenger, or you can grab it in the video description for that ebook. And so the ebook has tips for how to do your bows, how to what kind of wood to get, how different ways you could cut your door hanger, and just it answers pretty much any basic door hanger question you might have. It pretty much answers all of the common questions that people are always asking me about how I do door hangers. I think I'm going to go with a red and lime green theme on this camper today. Do y'all like red and lime green together for Christmas? It's kind of Dr. Seuss-ish. You need to try Deco Art. Amy, I love Deco Art. It's actually a little bit thicker than like your apple barrel paints, but it's not as thick as like folk art, and so it goes on really nicely. Somebody said, could you briefly describe how to resize a template? Yes. So in our templates that we sell, you get a JPEG and a block poster and, of course, the laser cutting files and things like that. So you would take the JPEG, you would upload that to the blockposters.com website, and you could then select how many pages you want it to print on. And when you select how many pages you want it to print on, it's going to give you a guess, like not a guess, but like an estimate for how big that template's going to be after it's printed. And so use that to resize, either making them bigger or smaller, depending on the size you want. Let's see. What is your TikTok name? It's just Southern Adoornments Decor. Nothing fancy, just my name, my business name. So if you search TikTok for that and then click users, I think it should bring me up. But TikTok's lots of fun. What kind of earrings do I have on? These are from Framed by Sarah. They were in my framed t-shirt monogram, or my t-shirt club box back last month, I believe it was, in October. And so I love them. And I'm wearing my Thankful t-shirt today. The t-shirt is actually from Cotton Chaos. And so I'm trying to wear it now because I know here in a couple of days I'm going to switch over to probably wearing most of my Christmas shirts, and I won't be wanting to wear my Thanksgiving shirts anymore. I'm just giving this a second coat in a couple of places where it was a little bit thin. I'm not going to recoat the entire thing. Just looking for the thin spots. Okay, now let's go ahead and paint the tree up here at the top. I'm going to use this Hauser medium green. Y'all know that's my favorite Deco Art green. I hope I have enough of it. I think I bought some more, but I don't know that it's out here somewhere. This will be your next door hanger this week. Awesome, Debbie. Where did I get the t-shirt? Cotton Chaos. Hey, Mary, I'm glad you found me live. Welcome. Thank you for sprinkling the love, Debbie. You had to come watch on YouTube because Facebook kept kicking you off. Oh, well, hey, Maria. I'm glad YouTube's working. So, yes, I am live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So, if you ever have troubles finding me on Facebook, you can always subscribe to my YouTube channel, and it will, like, email you an alert whenever I go live. So, that's kind of cool. So, we're just going to give this tree up here at the top a base coat of this beautiful Hauser medium green. I'm trying to stretch the paint. I'm running out of it. So a lot of you guys ask me what are my favorite Deco Art paint colors and what are their color names. And the thing is I tend to use the same colors over and over and over again. So we actually made a list of my favorite paint colors, and that's included in those links that you get, or the links that are in the video description. So if you want to download that list and use it when you go shopping, then you can just check those colors off the list. And then next time you're following one of my painting tutorials, you should have any color that I talk about, because all of the colors that I use are on that list. And so I rarely ever end up using a color that's not on that list. I'm running out of this green, so I keep like seeing if I can squeeze just a little bit more. There we go. I think that will do it out of that bottle. Hi, Donna, PC sister. You're working and making red trucks. Those little red trucks are still so popular this year. I decorate with the little red trucks, and then I use like a lot of black and white buffalo plaid in my house. Cherish said I would get paint all over my shirt. I used to. I still do from time to time, and usually I don't realize it until later, and then I'm like, oh, man. But this shirt actually looks like it has paint on it, kind of streaked across the front. You're okay. Sorry, I thought I'd read a new comment that I hadn't seen. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do next? Let's go ahead and paint the little wheel black. Or no, hang on. What we're going to do is, Brett, you left the door open, baby.
I know.
What do you need?
I'm going to be out in a second.
Okay.
Can you add to your shopping list cheese checker?
Why don't you go write it on the list on the refrigerator?
It's not there.
Oh, well, then tell me after the video's over, because I'm not going to remember it. All right, so I'm going to actually mix up a slightly darker shade of red. All I did was I dipped the tiny bit of my bristles in that black to make this darker shade of red, and I'm going to use that for this little fender wheel. And I decided to paint this first before the tire, because the tire will have black. And, of course, if I get over the line, it's much easier to clean that up with black paint than it is with red paint. So I can just correct it. But you can see that's just a little bit darker than the original red. And it's kind of cool because it actually has a little bit of the black streak through it, because I didn't get it mixed up very well. So it kind of looks like an antique. It was unintentional, but it's kind of like a really cool antique look. A little bit of dark shading in there. So it kind of creates like a little shadowed effect on that fender wheel. Oh, I got a paint booger in there. But it turns out looking so much better with that little fender wheel being a little bit darker. Yes, it's primary red with just a dash of black in it, just a tiny bit. Amy says, trying to work on my nerves before a live. You've got this, Amy. Just pretend like you're talking to like just one friend. Can't be any more nerve-wracking than having somebody take pictures of you while you're doing a live. I give Shan a hard time because she makes me a little bit nervous when I'm doing a Facebook Live. I'm not used to doing lives in front of people. But that's what I hired her for, to get pictures for the blog and videos for TikTok and stuff like that, so we can repurpose a lot of my content. Okay, I ended up making that wheel a little bit bigger and rounder because it didn't look round enough. She's going outside the room to cough. She's afraid you guys will hear her coughing on video. You can cough in here. It's okay. No judgment. We don't think you have corona.
I don't want to annoy her.
She actually got tested last week. She was afraid she had corona, but she doesn't.
Just a head cold.
Just a head cold. It's bad though right now. You can't have allergies or a head cold or anything without people looking at you like, do you have the corona? Thank you for sprinkling the love, Donna. Yes, I use StreamYard. And so, Amy, we actually did a live Q&A last night inside of my Paint to Profit business group, which is a group where I teach how to sell more door hangers and book more paint parties and stuff like that. And so you can learn more about that at painttопроfit.com. But we did a live Q&A last night. And in the Q&A, they started asking about how to do Facebook Lives and how to do the 2 camera angles. And so I ended up doing a StreamYard tutorial. And it only took like 7 minutes to show them how. But we did a quick little tutorial showing how to use StreamYard. And so if you're already a Paint to Profit member, we're going to be putting that in the membership area as a separate video, just so it's a quick reference for you guys when you're using StreamYard. Okay, now I've got a gray. This is called Gray Sky. We're just going to paint the insides of the little windows this color. So this will be the inside of the camper windows. And then these little camper windows have like little awnings. Is that what you call them? Or curtains, I guess. I guess it's an awning, yeah. And so we're going to paint the awnings like a lime green. So that'll be fun. Hello, Macon. How are you? You missed the beginning of the live. Is that cardboard or is it wood? It's wood. This is 1/4 inch MDF wood. And again, this kind of wood is kind of hard to find at your local hardware store. I think the only one I have ever seen it sold at is Home Depot. We don't have it at Lowe's, and I didn't see any at Menards. But if you can't find this kind of wood, then I would recommend getting some kind of 5mm or 1/4 inch underlayment plywood. And so that's usually what I get. It's called Revolution Plywood from Lowe's. And so that's, oh, let's also paint the little, like, what do you call that? Hitch gray. But that kind of wood cuts really well too. And it paints really smooth. So if that's all you can find, that will work. And then of course you would transfer your design to the wood using one of our printable templates and some graphite paper. And if you don't know where to get graphite paper, we have that linked on our Amazon affiliate shop. That link is also one of the links that'll send you in your Facebook Messenger. That's just somebody pulling up to drop something off. Somebody pulled up the driveway. Okay, I forgot we've got this little area here to paint yellow. So I think I'm going to paint it white first so that my yellow is nice and bright. Hey, Megan, how are you? Megan's going to be live on my page. Oh, I forgot about that, Amy. That's why you're so nervous. Bless your heart. Well, don't be nervous. These ladies are going to welcome you with open arms. So, yeah, Amy is going to be live on my page this time next week, okay? Because I'm actually going to be going on a trip with my hubby for our anniversary. And so she's taking over the page next Tuesday. So, y'all welcome her next Tuesday, Amy Young. Amy, tell them what your Facebook page is so they can go and follow you and get to know you a little better. Of course, I'm sure she'll tell you next Tuesday as well, but since she's on here. So I'm painting these little awnings white first because the lime green that I want to use is really, really bright. And it's kind of opaque. So by painting it white, that kind of helps make it stand out a little better. And I'm just using a little 1/2 inch size flat tip brush. And I'm just trying to be real careful about where I put the paint because these areas are kind of small. And then I'm also going to paint the star white too, since the star is going to be yellow. Let's see. I didn't draw this star out ahead of time, so let me think. I may have to think like, how does the star go? It goes like this, and then it goes down, kind of like that. That's kind of star shaped. There we go. That's close enough. It'll be kind of a lopsided star because it's laying on the camper top. Rose says, how do you know which colors to put white on first to make the colors bright? You kind of just learn that the more you paint. And so I have learned that yellow, red, lime green, or not red, sorry, yellow, orange, and lime green are like that. They just don't have very much opacity. I don't know if that's even the right word. Okay, so help me decide, what color should the door be? Because if these are going to be lime green, what color would you do the door? Do you have any suggestions?
Maybe a light brown or maybe a dark brown.
Okay, she suggests a light or a dark brown. We could also do like a dark gray or another shade of green. I don't know. Because we don't want this, I don't know.
I'm going brown or gray.
Brown or gray.
Yeah.
Okay, Amy says her page is called Faithfully Young Creations. She said, y'all be easy on me. By the way, I forgot to mention this. Let me put this up on the screen. If you missed me going live at the beginning of this and you don't want to miss another live, be sure and text me at the number on the screen so that you get notified next time I go live, okay? That way you don't miss it. Okay. Dark gray. Janice says dark gray. Okay, Janice. Morgan says blue. That might be pretty.
That's interesting.
What if we kind of meet in the middle? We go with like a bluish gray. We may have to mix colors to do that, but hang on. I got a color in here that's called Victorian blue, and it's kind of a grayish blue. That's zinc. That's not it. Do you see a Victorian blue? Oh, I see it. It's down here.
Oh, I was looking
So
at
this one's called Victorian blue. See, it's kind of a real pretty blue. I think if we take this and add just a little bit of that light gray, I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the light gray and kind of get an in-between color.
I was going to pick that blue out. That's so sick.
So I'm mixing it with a little bit of the gray sky that I had left over from when I painted the windows. And it's creating kind of a cloudy sky blue. Hello, Lee from North Carolina. So let's paint our, ooh, this is kind of pretty. I like that. It's kind of a country blue. By the way, if you want to get the printable template for this, you can find it at shopdoorhangers.com. And the printable template actually has all of the inner lines on it, and it's a little bit more detailed than this one. So you can go as fancy with it or as simple as you want to. You know, if you didn't want to do all the details, you could leave some of them off like I'm doing and just keep it a little bit more simple. But we also have the etched wooden blanks. And so if you wanted the etched blank, you wouldn't have to draw anything on it like I did today. The one I'm painting today is not an etched blank. So that's why I drew everything out with chalk first. Because I just wanted to like freehand some kind of design on this. So you can find both of those at shopdoorhangers.com. You would just look for the Christmas camper. It's one of our designs from last year. By the way, I would be remiss if I did not tell you that we have Black Friday deals that are starting on Friday. So if you have not done so yet, here, let me put this up on the screen before we go any further. That way you guys can screenshot this. Be sure and text Black Friday to that number, and we will let you know before anybody else when our Black Friday deals start and what they are. So we're going to start that on Friday, and I think it's also going to run on Saturday. So there will be some really awesome deals. So if you want to be the first to find out about them, text Black Friday, all one word, all lowercase, to the number on the screen. So go ahead and screenshot that, and then I'm going to take it off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you're quick with the screenshotting. Where is your list for colors? Alma, we have it linked in the video description, and we also have it set to go to your Facebook Messenger. If you're watching from Facebook, you can say the word link, and it'll send it to your Messenger list. Okay, there we go. I think we got that little door painted pretty good. All right, so the white is drying already, so I'm going to switch to, well, I was going to say a round tip brush, but I think I probably need a smaller flat tip brush. And I'm just going to paint these little awnings, this lime green color. This color is called citron green. And so I switched to a smaller brush just so that I can control the paint a little better, because I was having troubles with that big flat tip brush. It doesn't look very Christmassy next to this blue, but I think it'll be okay. Once we add our Christmas lights, it'll be obvious what we're going for. But see how that citron green covers the white really well? It would not have looked like that on top of just the plain wood background. It would have been kind of drab looking. But with the white underneath, it really pops and looks like a pretty lime green. Hi, Lynn from Houston, Texas. So what's everybody's plans this week? Are you guys having a get together on Thursday? Is it at your house? Are you hosting? I'm hosting a small group tomorrow here at my house the day before. And then we'll go to my mama's house Friday night. So I get to eat 2 yummy meals this week. I don't know about you, but I always look forward to hash brown casserole. That's like my favorite. And it's funny because I'm just now looking at this on the screen. It looks like highlighter yellow, but I promise in person it's more green. For some reason on the video, it looks like a neon yellow. But it's more like a lime green. I don't know if y'all can see that, but the colors on the overhead don't always represent very clearly what they really are. Ooh, a 14-pound smoked turkey. That sounds yummy. Small gathering with the grandparents. Janice says she's hosting. I love playing the host, to be honest with you. I really do. I love hosting everybody. That's one of the reasons why, like when we bought this house, I wanted to make sure and get a house that had like an open floor plan so that we would have plenty of room for gatherings, because I knew I wanted to be like the host of all the Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, which is funny because my husband's not exactly the host a party kind of guy. Like when everybody comes, he kind of groans, but then when everybody's here, he actually does enjoy himself. It's just the thought of the party leading up to it, he kind of groans and complains about, but he enjoys it. But then he's kind of glad when everybody goes home. Okay, now we've got our little star painted yellow. I just used primary yellow. Don't let Andy hear you talk. I know, right? Andy is our governor here in Kentucky, and he is very strict about how many people we can have, which I think he said you plus one other family. Well, technically, it's 2 households that are coming over, but it's like a total of 10 people. That's it. So it's fine. Andy will just have to get over it. I mean, you never know when it's going to be the last time you get to spend with a loved one. And if you spend your life in fear, you may miss out on some precious memories. And so I refuse to actually just cancel Thanksgiving altogether. And so we're not getting the entire family together, but we are getting like immediate family together. Okay, let's paint the trunk on our Christmas tree. This is Dark Chocolate by Decor. We're just going to paint it a solid brown. And then we can move on to doing all of the fun little finishing touches on our door hanger. Hi, Ruth. I'm glad you're here. She said she's never watched before. That's a good idea, Phyllis. She said she scheduled times with each family separately. Hi, Carla. Welcome. Tanya's hosting family this year. Awesome. Oh, wow, Amy. I bet you guys miss each other if you haven't seen each other in a while. Okay. Okay. What do y'all think about adding some like dark red polka dots to the background of the camper? I kind of think that might be cute. Let me get something to put the paint on. So I'm going to squeeze out just a little bit of this primary red and then add just a tiny like drop of black on the end of my paintbrush and mix it. It's creating that same color that we used on the fender wheel. And then we're going to dip our little sponge pouncer in this. These sponge pouncers are from Martha Stewart, and you can find them on Amazon. I love these things. They're like a really thick foam pouncer. I think this one's like roughly 1.25 inches. And so you dip your sponge pouncer in the paint, make sure it's completely covered, but you don't want to have a ton of paint on the end of your sponge. So what you're going to do is you're going to take and scrape the excess off into your egg carton so that you don't have a ton of paint on your sponge. Now you're just going to start up in the corner or somewhere. I'm going to space mine out pretty good. And you're just going to work in a triangular pattern. And what I mean by triangular is I can create a triangle in between those last 3 polka dots. So I'm going to create another triangle with the next one. And that can get kind of tricky sometimes as you move across with all the different, hang on, let me get a baby wipe. I just got it on that fender wheel a little bit, and I know they're the same color, but I want it to look like it's going behind the fender wheel. So I'm just going to wipe off that excess because I don't want it to be bold on top of the fender wheel. Do one here. And then I want to do one up here, but I'm going to need a sticky note. I use it like painter's tape sometimes. Let's see. I want one kind of... This is tricky. I need scissors. Hang on. I think I need it to like curve in the shape of the shape of that little circle there. Okay. I want it to go like right there. Oops. It picked up my paint a little bit. I'll have to touch up paint. That's okay. So get a little bit more paint. And I know a lot of you guys complain sometimes about having bubbles in your sponge pouncers, and that's normal. Okay, it's not the end of the world if you have some bubbles. Just let it go. It creates texture. Okay, let's do one half on and half off up there. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. I'll just drop that in the water. All right, so now we got polka dots on our camper. You love the polka dots, Cindy? These little sponge pouncers are awesome. Thank you, Donna. We're fixing to add Christmas lights and everything. It's going to be really cute. So, all right. So next, let's see. Let me pull up my picture. No, never mind. I don't need to look at the picture. I was going to say I wanted to pull up a picture of what I had done up here on the tree, but I think I can remember. I think I'm going to just add a little bit of the dark green. Let's see. Where's the Hauser dark green? Here it is. The Hauser dark green is just a little darker than the actual Christmas tree that we did. And so I'm going to get a little bit of it, and we're just going to add just a little bit of texture to our tree. And just create little fluffy branches. And I'm just doing this freehand with a round tip brush. Just kind of wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can even do another little branch right there. Look how cute that is. Let me thicken this up just a little bit. So if you've got a shaky hand, just use it to your advantage and just wiggle on across there and make some wiggly tree branches. And rinse that brush. Let me touch up where the little lime green on this got picked up by my sticky note. It was still wet. My sticky note picked it up. How do you clean the sponge bouncers? So when I'm painting, I usually just drop them in my water cup until I'm done. And then I can take them out of that little plastic case and squeeze them under the water until all of the paint comes out. So that's what I usually do. All right, so I think now we can start adding, let's dry this real quick and then we can start adding some finishing touches. All right. So let's see. I want to add some cute little Christmas balls to the tree. So I'm going to get out another one of my sponge pouncers. This is the little bitty one. And I think I'm just going to do yellow, kind of to match that star. You could also do a bunch of multiple colors if you wanted to. But I'm just going to do some cute little yellow Christmas balls in different places all over the tree. So I'm just pushing down and gently twisting. Let's see, where else needs a couple more? That looks pretty good. So we just got some cute little yellow balls. Now, let's get some, hang on, I'm gonna make my round tip brush really pointy. And then I'm gonna water down my black paint just a little bit because we're gonna use their black paint to do some outlining and stuff. And so I want it to be a little bit thinner so it glides better. You could also use the Posca paint pens for this part, but sometimes I just like to use a brush. Just depends on the look you're going for and how comfortable you are with a brush. So let's see, let's start with our star. Just add some cute little wiggly lines for the outline of that. Add some on our tree trunk. And then we could do some across here for our tree. They don't have to be perfect, just kind of to accent everything. And then let's do some around the edge of our, well, actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do the lines for my Christmas lights. So I'm going to kind of make them twirl and twist across here like this. And then we'll do little dots going across for our lights in a minute. Actually, let me switch to a thinner round tip brush because I think that one was getting thicker than I wanted it to. Oh, here we go. This one's really, really thin. It's like needlepoint. So I can be much more precise with this one and get a thinner stroke. And these little accent lines, they don't have to be perfectly outlined. Like they can start and stop and be kind of artistic looking. Let's do like a little cross design there. Let's do some on this little awning. See, I'm not even like going perfectly along the edge of that gray window, but it's going to look cute when I'm done because it'll look like it was all intentional. Let's outline our door. Need to add a little door handle. Or doorknob rather. Does somebody said, do you have Color Street nails? These aren't Color Street. I've worn Color Street before, but these are actually powder dip with leopard print painted on top of them. So it's fun. Laurel, that's funny. She said, I've had a contractor and crew in my house remodeling for weeks. I'm thinking I may need to invite them for Thanksgiving. Do they feel like family at this point? Thank you, Diane. Yeah, you could teach them how to paint while they're there. Let's just do like some cute little accents inside the wheel. And then let's accent this cute little fender wheel. Add just a little bit of detail there. And then I think that's all of the outlining I want to do, except for I do want to add, I may do that with white. I was going to outline the outside of the camper with black, but I think because my Christmas lights are black, I'm going to avoid that. And we'll add some little white outlines instead. Just some highlights. So this kind of makes the camper pop. And then, of course, add the white highlights to everything else, like the windows, so that it looks like a cute little reflection.
Lots of little lights.
Yes, good idea. Shan pointed out we need to add some to these little bulbs. Or I don't know if they're bulbs or Christmas balls. I guess they could be either one. But it definitely makes them look. Do some on the star. And then I think I'm going to add some snow to this little tree. So let's just add some, hang on, I'm going to get a bigger, wider brush for that because I want it to look kind of just, that's too stiff. Here we go. This one's, I don't know, I'm being brush picky right now. So I got just a really thick round tip brush and I'm just going to kind of, oh shoot, we got dirty snow. You got to watch it. If your paint's not dry, you'll end up with your black paint getting into your white paint. That's what I just did. So I'm going to try to just be a little bit more careful about not getting. And then we'll add just a little bit in the middle of the tree too. So I'm just dabbing it on to make it look like the snow had fallen on the tree and then they cut it down. Okay, how's that? All right, so now let's add the little lights and then I think we're pretty much gonna be done. So I'm gonna pick like a small brush. I'll just use this one. And then let's pick some colors. So maybe we'll do like a bright orange. We'll do the yellow. I'm not going to do red since red's already on that's the color of the thing. We could do the lime green. 1, 2, 3. A blue, yes. Only I think I'm going to use this brighter blue. And then, let's see. We need like a pink or something. So let's use this one. It's called peony pink or peony pink. How do you say that? Peony or peony? And she's like, huh? How would you pronounce that?
Pony.
Pony. How do you say this? Peony or peony pink? See, I always called it a peony, but that's what my mama called it here in Kentucky. It's a flower.
Probably peony.
Peony. You say it P-E-A or peony?
Maybe the E silent or the O silent.
Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit of this on the tip of my brush, and we're going to dab it on probably, I don't know, every like 2 inches or so, and then we'll in between put more colors of lights. So I'm just going to do a little dot, go over a couple of inches, do a little dot. And so I'm just going to try to space these out. I wanted them to look dainty and small instead of like really big, just like tiny little twinkle lights. Okay, rinse my brush. Next, let's get a cool color like blue. We're going to do another little color light right next to each pink one. This is so fun. I love doing little Christmas lights. And then rinse our brush. Diane says peony. Peony. Okay, yellow. Shan's trying to catch me making lights in progress here with her camera. Gotta be quick with your shutter. I move fast. Okay, let's see. Let's do orange after the yellow. I was gonna do a cool color, but I think the lime green next to the yellow will look too similar. We'll have to do that one on the edge of that curl. There we go. And then let's do the lime green next. And I think I'm going to do the lime green on this side of the pink also, like that's where it started. And I might need to do them, I don't know. I might have to just add a few random lights here and there going off in different directions, like on the back side of that little twirl. I don't know. It don't feel right having them only on the bottom side. Let me get some more pink. We'll do a pink one like right up here. Maybe let's see, a pink one right here. And let's see, I think maybe we'll do another blue right here. Got paint about to drip off my brush on everything. Okay, that looks pretty cute. I think I'm going to add maybe 1 or 2 more just to fill in the blank spots in between stuff. And we're going to call it done. Look at those cute little Christmas lights. Okay, guys, this was fun. Let me add a couple more highlights. I just noticed I didn't add any white on my fender wheel, and it looks kind of dark. So what I noticed was, just looking at this, is I was like, this area doesn't have any white. It feels really bland. So just adding a little bit of white highlights can really brighten it all up. And if you feel like your door is a little bland, you can even add like a little bit of, you really can't go wrong adding these little white highlights. It really just busies everything up. And so if anything feels drab, just add some white highlights to it. Okay, guys, we're all finished with this one. I hope you had fun with it. If you want to, Sharon says I am saying it right. It's okay, Toby. Sometimes I accidentally hit the wrong emoji too. Renee, this one's not in the clubhouse. This is one that we released in the shop last year. And it's at shopdoorhangers.com if you want to go and grab it. You can get the template or you can get the blank. If you want access to our ebook, our free library that has 8 free templates in it and tutorials, or if you want my list of free paint colors, just say the word link if you're watching from Facebook, or click any of the links in the video description. It'll take you right to where you want to go. Okay, Cindy says she wants me to hold it up. Okay, hang on. Okay, I had to close that off to make sure. All right, ta-da! Look how cute. See, the colors look completely different now that I'm holding it up. They look quite different in person versus in the overhead camera angle. Something happened to the end of the video. Did anyone else have the same problem? I don't know, Denise. Maybe it cut off. All right, you guys. I will see you guys on Friday when we do Friday Fab 5, and it will be Black Friday. So I will be announcing what our Black Friday deals are. But again, if you have not done so, be sure and text Black Friday to the number on the screen so that you can find out what those Black Friday deals are first. And we will notify you. All right, you guys. Y'all have